What is up, guys? Steven Kristoff here with Gate Drop Productions. This is a special presentation that I just kind of whipped out of thin air. We're here at Bobby P Media Studio. The Gate Drop Pod Show starts now. And we're back. It's Saturday Night Live, but it's actually Friday night. We're here at Bobby P Studio in the middle of nowhere. Actually, we're in Vancouver, Washington. I've got the legendary 317 of Stephanie Miller. What's up, Stephanie?
Hi, doing good. Happy to be here. Nervous, excited.
Oh, that's all right. I just kind of, kidnapped you guys and
Yeah,
brought you over here.
A little bit. Took us on a little chicken run to get here.
And then you brought your husband with you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all right. My wife's not even here either, so.
Hey.
But you brought him.
Yeah.
Who are you again?
Michael Miller.
Okay. Yeah.
Just another face in the crowd.
We'll get to you. So anyways, this is the Gate Drop Pod Show. We're going to have a better name in 2023 because I'm just going to butcher it all night long. We're here at Bobby P Studio going to recap the Gate Drop MX series that happened at Albany MX last Saturday and Sunday. We had a whole bunch of commotions. We had like one knockout in front of a whole bunch of kids. We'll get to that. We had some winners here. I got the point standings here because I know some people have been asking me about points. I've been making sure the math is right. I'm like 5% the math is right, and I'm just kidding. We are about 100% right here. So we'll reveal our winners here, and then we'll get a whole bunch of swag and whatnot. First, I want to get to know my two guests here, Michael and Stephanie. So, Stephanie, I'm going to start out with you. Ladies first. We're going to give Michael a break. He's kind of crippled.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
We'll be nice
part.
to the disabled person over there.
So, first off, I've known you guys for a couple years. You guys have been repping Gate Drop since, I know Michael's got you beat by a couple years.
Yeah, quite a few years.
So, first I'm just going to get the people to know you guys a little bit. So, how did you get yourself on a dirt bike?
My family kind of grew up riding quads and dirt bikes and stuff, and I kind of didn't really like dirt bikes when I was little just because I fell and my dad didn't make me get back up. And so I kind of revisited it right in, I think, my junior year in high school, and I saw all these other people on dirt bikes, and I'm like, that looks like so much fun, looks way better than quads. So I was like, I want to try that. So I saved my money, bought my first dirt bike, and rode the dunes, and then that kind of shimmies us into how I met Michael.
That's where we're at now. So
Yeah.
you ditched the training wheels. What was the first dirt bike? What was the brand and everything?
I had a Honda 50, I think, to start, and I think we had a Honda 92. Not 100. I know they're both Hondas. My dad was all about riding red.
All about ride red?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, those were the first two little bikes that I rode, and fell over, didn't like it. And so when I started out again in my junior year, my cousin had a KX85 that was bored out to like a 100 or something like that. And I was like, that thing looks like fun. I want to try that. So
you went from trail bike to modded out 85.
Yeah.
Did that scare you at all?
Oh yeah, it was like, you could just picture the first time learning how to just let the clutch out in the middle of the field at my dad's house. And it was like, I kept killing it. When I finally got it to go without killing it, feet behind the pegs, just going all over the place. I mean, eventually I got control, and it was really fun. After that, it was just like, this is awesome. Like, I was showing my mom, I was like, look, Mom, I can pop a little wheelie. And she was like, they were both really supportive of it. So that was really helpful.
Well, that kind of gets me into Michael, because all of your techniques and whatnot, that's what this guy does all the time. Sorry, I just totally just blew you out. My bad, bro.
Put me on the spot.
Put you on the spot, but dude, I mean, we got you on a plaque. And we'll get into this and then the point standings because you might be crying here in a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Or you might be really happy. But, Michael,
Oh, man.
I've known you for, 2014, I want to say, 13, 14. Is when
Well, I know who you were a couple years before that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be the big shot here.
Legend. Legend.
There is a video of Sam Rass doing a wild, nature video of me putting a whole bunch of sunblock on.
I remember that exact Snapchat video you're talking about.
So that may have been our first, interaction. So I know you were on, a clapped-out Kawasaki 250F. I don't know if you still have it or not, or is it a 450?
It's technically my dad's, and yes,
Oh,
it is
I
still
just-
sitting in the shop.
Your dad just unfriended me just now. So how did you get into racing and whatnot? And then how did you meet this person before we go into all of our Albany stuff?
So, pretty much my dad wanted to get me on a dirt bike when I was young because where I grew up in Colton, it's out in the middle of nowhere. And he just knew at some point I'd be at a friend's house, I'd get on a dirt bike. At some point, he wanted me to know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So he was like, well, let's get him a little trail bike. And he was reading this article to my mom about, I believe, Mike Kudrowski it was. Just
yeah,
signed
the
a
legend.
$3 million deal with Kawasaki. My mom's like, no, get him a race bike. So I started on a KTM 50, I think it was a 2000 or 2001 in the backyard and just straight line, no turns. And it was the middle of February, so it was just totally swampy and
Oh, yeah.
grabbed a handful of throttle, whiskey throttled, ran away from the bikes. I thought it was going to catch on fire or something. Didn't touch it for 4 months, and I was deathly afraid of dirt bikes for a decent amount of time after that. Then I started racing Salem Arena Cross and Clark County, Hindsight, a lot of those places.
Jeez. Okay, well, I guess you two were meant to be on how you guys both started.
Right.
Yeah.
And then now you guys are married and everything. You guys got in the moto. I know a little bit of backstory. You guys met at
Yeah.
Pat's Acres.
Yeah.
Back when it first started out. And then, dude, I shot your guys' wedding, so that was
Yes.
a whole shindig.
Yeah.
At Pat's Acres too.
Yep.
Yeah, it was fun having you there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it was awesome.
What'd you think about those porta potty shots of all the guys just
Oh
getting in
my
that porta
gosh.
potty and Michael looking very concerned on someone dropping a log in there before everything started?
I mean, I didn't know it was happening until later on, and I just don't know how they all fit in there, really. I mean, luckily Michael's groomsmen are all pretty small for the most part.
They were cozy.
They were, yeah, was it nice and cozy in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was definitely a good shot. I like all of them standing on the riverbed,
Oh,
looking
yeah.
like they're peeing out into the water. That was a good one.
You know what they say, boys will be boys.
Yes, they will. Did they ask to do that shot, or was that you?
A lot of it, I was the victim photographer where I was just getting dragged wherever. And they were like, hey, get us all pissing on a log. And I'm like,
No, I don't remember
Okay.
whose idea that was, but I feel like it was Nick.
it's either Nick or Sam. It's one of the two.
One of those two, yeah.
See, I think guys are better about being more creative, honestly. As a girl, I was kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to look pretty.
I mean, we got a million shots of you on your bike and all that.
Yeah, I love all of
If
those.
you guys want to see any of their wedding photos, just go on my photo albums, type in Miller Wedding, and you'll have the whole selection there. So coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to get Grayson Robinson on the phone. You might know him as Gravy 648. He's the gingerbread man. Yep, I'm going to call you that for this podcast show. And he's the one always lurking around Albany. We're going to ask him what he saw in the Gate Drop MX series this past weekend on 9/17 and 9/18, and then we'll get input from Michael and Stephanie. So we'll hit up Grayson here and see if he will actually pick up the phone. So Bobby, do I just give him a call? On speaker? All right.
Put it on that pad.
All right, cool. Cold call.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, you picked up on the first ring. That's what's up.
That's weird. It rang twice for me, but whatever. Let's go.
Are you watching live?
I was.
And then you just dropped out? You can put it on mute.
I'm watching it on my phone, so it's kind of hard to do a little bit of both.
Oh, I see. Technical
Yeah.
difficulties on your part.
Right? I couldn't get the Wi-Fi to work, and so I'm trying to multitask here.
Oh, that's all right. I was literally trying to eat a taco, figure out my logins for Facebook, and get this all started on time. So that was a challenge.
That takes mad skill right there.
Oh, yeah. So I got Michael and Stephanie Miller with us, and we're going to break down the Gate Drop MX series with you. You were there Friday night, right?
No, I showed up early Saturday morning. I missed the Friday night, responsibilities of being an adult and having to work all day.
Okay. So, well, with that and that problem, that's all right. We'll go into Saturday. What did you think of the turnout? I mean, you were there for the first round, and it was kind of so-and-so because we were up against Pac West and I think another race. What do you think of the turnout on round 2 for a 917 race?
Round 2 I thought was a really good turnout, way more than I was honestly expecting. No offense or nothing, but I honestly was like, we'll see what happens after the first round because it was decent, but the second round I thought was a really strong turnout. Lots of fast guys, lots of minis ripping around all weekend. It was honestly, to me, it was one of the best turnouts I've seen in a few months out there at Albany.
Yeah. Was there any classes that really caught your attention, like within all the age groups and skill sizes?
Super Mini's always a good one. I'm not sure of his name, but the 102 on the Yamaha 85 or Super Mini, he was ripping all weekend. Always fun watching the beginner classes. They can get pretty hectic sometimes, but shout out to my boy Keegan with the overall in his class this weekend. And the just pro intermediate classes, always fun to watch. Jackson Leach out there, Gage Ripplinger shredding all weekend. So it was fun. It was really good turnout for riders and spectators.
Sweet. Feel free to chime in, guys. If you guys ain't got any questions for Grayson.
He's the photographer Gravy, right?
Yeah, Gravy.
Okay. Well, I haven't met him yet in person, but I've seen a lot of his work. It's really good.
So my next question, well, Michael and Stephanie are thinking of one.
Oh God.
What did you? How many photos do you think you captured on the weekend, and what was like the all-out like? This is the shot for the whole weekend. On best photo.
Overall, how many shots I got was probably a little over 500 between Saturday night, and Sunday. But I'm pretty picky, so I only posted I would say about 450 or so, give or take. My favorite one of the weekend that I got was a sequence shot between Curtis and Kimbrough coming out of the bull turn after the whoops bar to bar for one of their motos. I don't think they were in the same class, but they were going back and forth, and it was fun to watch for a couple laps.
Oh yeah, I know. I caught a couple of those battles and whatnot. I remember that photo you're talking about.
Yeah,
Michael, you got a question?
Too.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yes.
Overall, in the entire Northwest moto community and all the tracks, what's your favorite one to shoot and why?
My all-time favorite would have to be Washougal. Obviously, it's just one of the most scenic tracks in the area. I don't get the chance to make it up there as much as I would like to. And then, Albany's always a close second. It's been my home track for the last 20, almost 30 years of my life, going to racetracks. And it's getting better and better to shoot at with the modifications and the updates they've been doing to that track lately. And it makes for even better photos.
Oh yeah. Got anything for Grayson?
No, I'm sorry.
All right, we'll roll into the short track racing, and then we'll talk about you helping me out on Sunday. Obviously, Kano Dixon, he unfortunately passed away. Real bummer there. What do you think about the turnout for the adults, and what was your reaction of all the chaos that took place, starting from practice?
The turnout was amazing. It was way better than I could have even hoped for. I bet everybody was kind of thinking the same thing. We all really showed up for Kano this weekend, and definitely going to miss that guy, 3-time short track pit bike champion. But everybody showed up this weekend and really showed out for him. Jake Warren getting out there and just, leaving everybody in the dust, literally. It was so much fun. There was chaos literally from the first pit going through the whoops. Got another sequence of buddy Tristan Parker on his old clapped out XR going down in the whoops, which was pretty damn fun. Trying to keep, just everybody within the limits of the track was definitely a feat in its own.
Yeah,
But,
I think I needed more caution tape.
Yeah, I don't think you could have had enough. They were going to rip through that no matter what. But
Yeah.
I think just trying to keep the track a little bit moist was the biggest struggle, but it was pretty gnarly from the get go all the way until you cut the race down by 1 or 2 minutes just to save some lives. It seemed like.
Oh, I cut it by 4.
Oh damn.
Yeah, when we hit the 6-minute mark, after McNitt blew his shoulder out and popped it back in, he's like, "I'm still gonna do it for Dale." I'm like, "Oh my God, we gotta be done with this adult race until we, I don't want anyone leaving in a body bag." I felt like we were escalating to that level.
Right, no, it was getting pretty close. Honestly, you weren't going to see anybody going over a jump, and if they went down, it was just bad news written all over it. But chaos and fun, I feel like Kano would have loved it.
Oh yeah, definitely smiling. Michael, what did you think about the pit bike chaos for the short track?
Dude, it was radical to watch. Like, all those guys on those tiny little bikes just going every which direction. Like, it was hard to flag because it's like, man, I really want to watch this because it's getting good.
What would you think, Stephanie? Were you scared?
I was scared, but it was awesome. I mean, they all showed good sport, and I don't know, it looked like fun. It definitely made me want to get a pit bike and go out there.
I was really happy I didn't blow my knees out by just watching it.
Yeah.
I felt like my
Right
knees
where
were
I
gonna
was,
go,
yeah.
joints, everything.
Yeah, well, right where Michael and I were at that little chicane corner, Michael's like, "Okay, now watch out, because one of these guys is just going to send this thing." And I'm like, yeah, and then, shit you not, someone did send it there towards the end. I mean, they didn't full on jump it, but
Yeah.
I think he was on an older XR, if I remember right.
Yeah, yes.
It wasn't Scacco, but Scacco almost lost it in the whoops. He has a video on his Facebook.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah.
But one of the coolest things I thought was the winner, Jake Warren, donating the $100 that he won back to the Kano Dixon Memorial Fund. That was cool.
You got anything on that, Grayson, about our donations and whatnot we did? We raised over $1,000 for Kano's memorial.
That's awesome.
That's so awesome. We all know how expensive that kind of stuff can get for families, and I'm glad we had everybody donate as much as they did and raise as much as we did. And then shout out to Jake as well as donating his winnings straight to it, not taking anything, just out there for fun and just living life and having a blast.
Yeah. What did you think about Sunday, me having to take over the mic? I wasn't aware that Dave was going to be on vacation after Saturday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was definitely a surprise. Definitely, I feel the overall census where everybody enjoyed having you announcing. I know some people can, get tired of hearing the same announcers over and over and over, so it's nice to have a fresh voice coming over the PA system. Definitely was probably a struggle for you dealing with 17 million other things at the same time, as well as trying to call the battles as best you can.
Oh yeah. If you ever want to get into promotions, maybe think hard on that, because I have some reconsiderations, and I think I might have to take another year off, and then we'll rejoin this event again.
Yeah, but aren't you glad you got it out of the way with, though?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Grayson, it's so difficult, and as you could tell, I said, with 3 races to go, I don't know if we're gonna make it with my voice, and then it went out with 2 races to go, and I sound like a dying seal up there.
Right, yeah. And then you run through every emotion you possibly can that day, and it's just mentally and physically exhausting trying to run a race. So I can only imagine how dead you were by the end of the day.
Yeah, I went to bed at 5.
Dodgeball's over. Go to bed.
Pretty much. So Grayson, I'm gonna wrap up with you. Where can people find all your photos, and where can they find you at the racetracks?
So you can catch me on Instagram at gravy_648. I also have a Facebook page, which is in the link of that profile, Gravy Photography, which is where I post all my photos that I snag. And I will be out at Albany this next Wednesday, as long as, weather holds out. You never know around here. And hopefully a couple times here in Woodland this next winter, and fingers crossed for arena cross this winter. We'll see if that happens.
Yeah, it sounds like we just got flat track for this winter, but we'll make it happen. You can always, travel up with me in the van, so we can always, hit some faraway tracks too.
Right, I'd be down for that for sure. It'd be cool.
All right. Well, that's Grayson Robinson on the phone. Hit him up, Gravy Photography. Thanks, Grayson, for calling in.
All right, thanks, Steven.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Catch you later.
Later.
All right, before we move on to our next calling guest, because they're just going to go back to back to back, I want to continue here with you guys, because you guys are the main show with me. I mean, that bike hasn't been touched since, I blew out my knee, so, that's not the main show at all.
It is really clean.
It does look super clean. That's the nice part. If you don't ride it all, it typically stays pretty clean.
Yeah, that rear tire looks pretty fresh, too.
Yeah.
You doing anything with that?
My dad put a brand new tire.
Okay.
On a brand new tire. I was like, Dad, I only had 3 rides on it.
What do you do with the old one?
Oh, it's in the back. It's in my garage. If you want to make it work, you make it work.
I'll take you up on that.
All
I was
right.
going to say, it should fit hers.
Getting rid of stuff in the garage. It's a free garage sale. Just, donating,
Yeah, I'll take it.
So you guys were there for Friday evening.
Yeah.
Mini Mayhem race, Stephanie. How do you think it went? We didn't have any crashes until the last 65 kid in practice. I'm like, really, dude? We were 10 feet away from a perfect night.
Yeah.
What's your breakdown on Mini Mayhem Friday night?
I think it went really smooth. I mean, the motos were really long. How long were they? Because I don't know exactly.
I did 10 minutes plus 1 lap.
Okay.
Those kids were smoked after it.
Yeah, but I mean, kids, they have a lot more energy. That's also good on them. They can just go and go and go. And they probably, did you get any feedback from them?
I know most of them were passed out and didn't show up to dodgeball. So.
Hey, well, that's good. I bet you that made the parents very happy.
Oh, every parent was super ecstatic that they could just walk into their RV and everyone was just sawing logs.
Yeah, that's good.
Was there any races within Mini Mayhem that really stuck out to you? I know you guys were helping flagging.
Yeah, it was one of the faster mini classes.
Like super mini?
Probably super mini. There was the 3 kids out front, and they were just going back to back to back, and there was really good battles. I don't know.
Yeah, that was Porter Hare, Parker Wilson, and then Dwayne on the 15. They were really going at it in that super mini class.
Yeah, definitely. It's awesome to see that in the little kid classes, just because usually they all kind of get spaced out. But I like that about the super mini class just because it's typically like watching Open Am or something where you're going to get some excitement in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Michael, were you waiting for either Wilson on the 127 to just completely annihilate Porter Hare to try to get the win? Because they were neck and neck every moto, and I'm all like, dude, I know he's a Grand Prix cycle rider right across the street, but if you want the trophy, you're gonna have to go bam bam barsh on him. Were you anticipating any of that action Friday night?
I kind of was seeing him so close. It was oh man, something's gonna happen. Someone's gonna make a move, and it's gonna have to be dirty at that point.
Oh yeah. Did you capture or see any of that 65 class with Vance Fear on the 811? 30 seconds down. Sorry, Carter Kruger. He was the leader. Did you see the rampage Fear was going through the pack though with 10 minutes?
Yeah, that kid does not have a quit button.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I didn't realize that I put him on back-to-back motos.
Oh, really?
So he hopped off his super mini.
What?
And his dad's holding the bike there on the gate, and Michael Smith already dropped the gate, and Vance's dad is all like, let's not do it. Let's just, forget about it. It's just a race. But no, Vance was just all like, no, give me the bike.
And let's go.
He literally hops on it 30 seconds down, and I know Carter was smoked, and he's just like, oh, God, here comes the 811 with 1 lap to go.
Yeah.
Freaking gets him. I'm like, oh, man, not playing favoritism, but I'm like, geez, dude.
Yeah.
You did
Impressive.
awesome. And then the 811 just, showed you what's up.
Yeah. Did he came from dead last?
Yeah.
In the first, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think I remember hearing that over the intercom.
30 seconds down.
Yeah.
He was half a lap down with that course, and he came back, and I'm like, dang. the Clinic MX got that kid hooked up. He's got Carter hooked up. He's got all these kids. Like Michael Smith knows how to pick them.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Wait, Carter rides for Mike Smith?
Yeah.
That makes sense because I was watching the 117 bike a lot. Like, this kid's going fast, but he's looking really good and really controlled doing it. Like, good form and everything. I'm like, I'm not at all worried about that kid crashing. He's got it dialed.
Right? Don't you get a little jealous that, like, a 10-year-old already has it figured out, and a couple of us over here are still trying to figure it out at 28 and whatnot?
No,
Yeah.
I definitely feel that. I was definitely riding the 85 beginner class mile my whole youth.
I mean, that is one cool thing for me. I did race against Justin Hill and Josh Hill, but I was like 4 laps down. We were in the same moto.
I raced against Landon Courier, but I was always a few laps down.
I mean, it still worked. So,
Yeah, I
mean,
raced with Gage Ripplinger, and I got smoked by, what,
Okay.
2 laps?
We'll get to that
Okay.
because that Sunday freaked me out. And that's where I exploded upstairs. And I was like, we're not going to kill any ladies. Not today.
Not today.
Not on my
Maybe
watch.
tomorrow.
All right.
It was good, though.
So we got our next call. Let's see if he picks up, or he'll blow me off. We got the Ben Moore Moto
Ben.
Films.
Benjamin.
So we're gonna call him and see if he will pick up the phone. It's another cold call.
Yeah, I can try and call him and see if he'll pick up for me.
Watch him go to voicemail.
Yo, how's it going?
Oh, he did pick up.
Wow, look at that.
What is up, Ben?
Oh, we're just grinding away over here.
Are you
Ready
watching?
for tomorrow's. Am I watching?
Yeah.
I've been watching.
What'd you say?
I've been tuning in.
You just got in?
I said I've been tuning in.
Heck yeah. Are we doing all right, or are we getting canceled after this?
Oh no, you're killing it. You're killing the game.
I don't know. I think Michael
How
and I
much are
might
you
be
paying
bringing
him?
it down.
That wasn't a sponsored comment either.
Right? Oh, sponsor drop here. More Moto Films. You like that? Are we good?
I didn't catch it. I was talking.
Yeah, that's all right. I talk over people too. I was saying sponsor drop, more Moto Films. So you missed my Friday event as well. I mean, shame on you.
I did. I was a Saturday only guy.
Yeah, Saturday only. I know you had a funeral to go to on Sunday, so I mean, perfectly makes sense. So we'll jump into your perspective because I know we already went through it with Grayson on like the chaos and the pit bike race and the racing during the day. What'd you kind of take away from like starting out Saturday morning? I saw you got an epic shot of my van, the pits and whatnot. So it looked like you started out good for being a paid filmmaker. So what caught your attention on the first gate drop and throughout the day?
Oh man, it was pretty good. Really good turnout. I mean, any day you get perfect weather. It's probably like 65 degrees. Everybody's stoked to ride the dirt bike, so I mean that's a good day, right?
Oh yeah, I even saw you out there. I don't know how you snuck out
did.
there. I saw a 157 white bike go by.
Yep, you sure did. I got some moto in myself that day. Did some filming for the old YouTube channel. You can catch that at More Moto Films. But yeah, it was a good day. We were stoked. Me and the boys made it out, threw down some motos, had a good time. And then we got the real filming done for Kano's memorial race in the evening. Got some pretty greasy shots of some dudes getting squirrely on kids' bikes, you know.
Did you see Lanfear out there on his little brother's KTM 50 in practice?
I think I did.
Dude, he had that.
There's a couple dudes on 50s that were ripping.
Yeah, they're gonna need a suspension job from like Jake from Dynamic or JMR or someone because like when they give it back to their kids, probably on Sunday, they're like, little Jimmy's like, dude, Dad, my bike is bottoming out. Like, why did you destroy my bike last night?
Not only suspension jobs, those dudes are gonna need some cortisone shots in their knees after
Yeah,
that.
some chiropractic work after that.
So.
Oh man, they're gonna need some work done after that. That's for sure.
So you filmed the adult pit bikes. Where were you standing for that first turn? Because it looked like you were about to die.
I about got mowed over. It was chaos. I was standing on the edge of Continental, and it was like the beaches of Normandy coming at me. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, I think we still have a protest that we got to pull up with regarding the winner, Jake Warren, because he used an alternative line off the gate. You want to explain that very professional move there that was really creative and pretty impressive, to be honest.
I feel like if he wouldn't have taken that cheater line, I probably would have been taken out, so I am grateful.
Did anyone fall over in the corner while you were filming, or did you just like kind of run like a bat out of hell and you want to not be in that area?
My good buddy Elijah Paul took a digger on the start. He got I don't know who he got tangled up with, but he ended up on the ground. So he was down for sure. But other than that, I think everybody made it out of the first turn pretty clean.
Did we just put a tombstone over there for him?
He was gimping around after that, but he got back on.
Did you happen to capture Curtis McNitt blowing out his shoulder there off the finish line, like before going around Continental?
I got the aftermath of that, of him picking himself back up, because right before that is when Mr. Scacco got a little squirrely on the old XR.
Oh, yeah, that was almost an ender. I'm sure Haley, his wife, was all like, yeah, this is why we got out of moto for a little bit.
Yeah. We were thinking she was going to be the one going to the hospital and have their child, but Andrew almost took a digger. He was close.
Most definitely.
He almost went OTB there.
They could have shared a hospital bed.
They would have shared a hospital bed.
They would have.
Because I know Haley's water broke like the next day, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yep.
and they named their son Kano.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Congrats to them.
Yeah, congratulations, Haley and Andrew.
So Ben, I got Gimpy over here, and Michael Miller, the 36 KTM.
Obviously.
What do you think about him deciding he's the points leader for his class, and he goes and gets thumb surgery right before round 2 and 3? Like, what's your response to that?
I was thinking he should have pushed that surgery out, but I was trying to talk him that morning into hopping on the bike to get a couple laps in, but he wasn't having it.
Yeah, I don't understand why he did that, and I am going to make fun of him with his points here once I get through one of 12 pages, wherever he is.
It was a miscalculation.
A miscalculation, apparently.
A glitch in the matrix.
I told old Michael I'd take the old KTM out and rep it for him, but we probably would have been protested, so probably a good call on his part.
I mean, you're just a little bit shorter.
Maybe just a little bit.
So Michael, Stephanie, you got anything for Ben while I still try to find Michael's points here because they're gone?
Oh, man.
You trying to ride this weekend, or?
Oh, my gosh.
I got some moto going down to tomorrow, and then that's what I've been doing tonight. I came home this week with a flat tire, so I had to do some tire swapping.
Oh, dang.
And then we are hitting the lake on Sunday because it's the last 86-degree day of the year.
What?
Yeah, but Roslyn will be open after that, and I know you've been liking riding out there when the weather's a little bit moister.
Got some big film projects coming this winter, so you guys just stay tuned.
Yeah,
All
need to
right.
get out there and ride with you guys once this is all healed up.
Oh yeah, we got to get you on the free ride game.
Yeah, I'm down.
Most
Me
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
down, not me.
I'll be glad to have you out there.
All right, so it sounds like you two have a play date.
Love you, Ben.
Love you, man.
Besides the adult pit bikes, was there anything else that like you could kind of take notes from on Saturday, watching and filming the races?
Oh man, we had some good battles, a good turnout. Gates were full. Everybody had a good time. I think that's the major takeaways. Everybody having a good time. Everybody had smiles on their faces.
How many Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good.
How many riders did you like see that you've never seen before?
Oh, there's definitely a handful. I don't know off the top of my head, but there's definitely a few new people out there for sure.
Yeah, we had California, we had Idaho. Woods came all the way from St. Mary's, Idaho
Oh, wow.
on the 02465, so that was a trek. And then Conops, they were in there all the way from, I always forget where they're from. They're northern Washington area, from the Kent area, from Moto Pacific. I'll have to have you come with me.
Hey, Steven, I got a question.
We also had some of Kano's homies from SoCal come down, so that was a pretty good time.
Yeah, that was definitely a fun amount of riders there. Stephanie, you got a question for Ben, or is it me?
For you, just about the out-of-state riders that came to your race. Like, I guess how did they meet you? Like, are they gate drop riders now? Like,
I did pick up a bunch.
yeah, is that through like the Pac West series and stuff, or?
Pac West, PRO. I mean, with all the stuff that I travel
Yeah.
around, that's kind of how I meet all my riders and whatnot.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, so
Really
I'll
cool.
elaborate a little more into
Yeah.
that in like just a few minutes here. Anything else you got, Ben, before I just hang up on you?
Oh, just stay tuned on the Instagram and YouTube. You can find them at MOORE Moto Films.
Are we gonna have a battle on who's gonna get this pit bike video posted first?
That's a good question. I think we're working on it tonight, so I might get it done before you.
Oh, you got a head start because I gotta drive home.
Yeah, Steven,
I
quit
do have a
farting
head
around.
start. We're gonna get something cooked.
All right. Well, don't be cooking like Breaking Bad.
Right.
No, we don't. We gotta keep clean around here.
All right. Well, we're gonna banter some more, talk about who we saw at the race and what everything went down. I know we got Brad Kelly next on the line, and we got a whole bunch of stuff. So stay tuned for what we're gonna be doing.
All right, I'll keep watching.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Ben.
Bye, Ben.
All right, later, guys.
Later, Tater.
Later.
And I just hung up on him. So let's go in because I don't want to be boring too many of the riders. Brad, if you're watching, I'm gonna give you like maybe 5-10 more minutes, and then we'll have you jump on here. We're gonna go through the points real quick. Michael, you got last, but
Understandably, I only did one race.
you also got first for the series because no one else signed up for the 25 plus intermediate class. So
Woo! Winner.
going 1-1 on round one, and then pulling your shenanigans. Yeah, thumbs up to the camera. Like, show everybody here.
It's like Ricky Bobby said, if you're first, you're last, or something like that.
If you're not first, you're last. And you managed to achieve both of them at the same time. So you didn't need a stunt double.
Nope.
No one read my rules apparently on my website for which series to go into for awards. So I mean, I don't have anything for you at this moment other than a personal Michael Miller trophy of himself. So
Yeah, I got a trophy
I love
husband.
it. I like the red boots.
literally a trophy husband.
Yeah.
So if you
Winning.
want to see the Michael Miller show, and kids are like, who is this 36 that's throwing a semi-great whip compared to everyone else, including myself? So, I mean, you get at least a trophy. I mean, I got more swag, but I mean, I might make it. We might have to do like a foot race or something for you to really get your swag from the series because I
Make
mean,
him work for it, yeah.
you battled yourself and you beat yourself.
Only my whole life.
That was really bad choices of words for me. So, anyways, dropping into, we'll go through real quick just a couple startups, a couple notable classes. Did you watch the 50 class at all? We had 8 riders out there battling between Ebert overall, Braden Kruger, Jace Mackey, Rowan Wolf, Clark, Rubrick, and Burgett. Did you happen to catch any of that battle going on?
I did not catch any of the 50s. Well, not that class of 50s. Stephanie did make a friend, and we definitely watched that 50 class.
Yes.
Did you? You probably watched the 50 Open then, because we had 19 50cc
Oh, wow.
riders
Dang.
for the whole weekend. I know.
That's a good turnout for little kids.
Oh yeah, we had the 247 of Ebert battling with the 112 of Ethan Holland on the Black Cobra. And then you had Zane Fife all the way from
Fife, yeah.
Zillow, Washington.
He was fun to watch. I really liked watching him.
So we'll talk about Zane real quick, if he's watching or not. Give him some shout outs. What'd you think about the number 25 gate drop Halterman's RV KTM rider out there? First time ever at Albany, by the way.
Who is this?
Zane Fife, the number 25
okay.
50 rider.
I thought he was really awesome to watch. I mean, he had a really cool style. He was hauling butt. I saw him with his helmet off. Isn't he a little blonde kid?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw him out in the pits, and he was a good little sport. I mean, I don't know.
Always a great one.
Yeah.
Are you worried that girls are gonna be chasing after him real quick?
Yeah, probably. with that blonde hair. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I could see it.
Well, we'll bring him back. He's meeting me up with Mini Warriors at Horn in a couple weekends.
Okay.
Do you want his autograph or anything? Because I can get that from you.
Yes, yeah. Have him sign one of these
All
for
right.
sure. Yeah.
So Zane Fife, you're going to be signing something because we got your first number one fan over here. Well, your dad's number one fan. I think I'm second. We're going to be battling. No, see, Stephanie's going for number 2, so she already leapfrogged me.
Yeah.
Are they restarting the Mini Warriors series?
Yeah. So Mini Warriors,
sweet.
shout out for Ray Kaufman, Horn Rapids, HRMC, October 8th and 9th. It's a whole race event for all the kids, and that's right up my alley. So I'm heading up there for that. What about the 50 class for you? Did any of those riders really stick out to you? That was Ethan Holland on the Black Cobra 112, kind of the Seahawks kind of theme.
Okay, now I know the
race for
bike.
him. He's transitioning over the 65s. He was battling Ebert. Fife was giving him a run. What'd you think about all that battling going on? Those kids are not afraid to send it on those tables.
Nope.
Oh yeah, they know nothing but hold it wide and just go for it. Now that you mentioned that blacked out Cobra, I know who you're talking about. I'm bad with faces, but give me a bike number and maybe a last name.
That's how I work. most
Who's
of the
Steven?
time.
I don't know. 19 on a YZ250F. Oh yeah, that guy, I know him.
Yeah. See, I screwed with them because, rest in peace, my buddy Brock Powell. That's his number that I took over. I was 125. And we're going to rep the 19, for now on. That's how, I like to remember all my buddies and whatnot. And then I got some Kano stickers we'll slide somewhere on the bike. So, yeah. Holland, just like I said, and as you were mentioning, last 50 ride for him. I know he's doing AZ Open on it, and then he's done. 65 clutches all. Any advice you have for him as he starts all the clutch work on the 65 Yamaha?
Ease into it and learn how to use the clutch before you go into a gate drop, or else you're going to loop it twice at Salem Marina Cross and look like a jackwagon. Personal experience.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like some personal experience from you.
Yep.
I mean, I've had a couple loop outs. If you want to go do a deep dive, 2011 Honda CRF 250 at Mountain View, I am catwalking my Honda going over the starting gate. I wanted the whole shot so bad, I almost flipped it, but me being, a giraffe, kept the bike from getting all the way looped out. We're almost 90, but I didn't break the fender, and we're good. Stalled
nice.
it, no E-start at that point, so I was screwed.
Mine was
Right.
gate drop. I looped my, 2003 RM65. It went over, took someone out, and I felt really bad about it, but he ended up getting up and he kept going. Got back on the bike, looped it again, and that was wow, I couldn't get it right the first or second time.
Jeez.
So practice with the clutch.
What about, we'll go through Pee Wee 7 to 8 real quick. Your winner on the unknown bike, which is a KTM. Give it up to the 76, Walker Murdoch, misses round 1, comes back 2-1, and wins by 10 points over Mackey. Missing a round 2.
When you got a full class and you miss a round, it's hard to come back from that.
Oh, most definitely. And that, I don't know how you pull that off. I'm looking at my phone real quick. I'm trying to contact someone. Sorry.
Wow.
I'm trying. Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
With the
So
Fife
we
kid.
just return text messages now, or what?
Yeah,
What's
I don't think I got to watch him in the main races, but I just remember watching him in the Friday night stuff. That's where I really, right? Because he was there Friday night, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Zane was there Friday night, Saturday, and
Okay.
Sunday. JD drove all the way from, I forget, he's in the Tri-Cities area, but that's like a
Okay.
5-hour trek.
Yeah, that's a mob and a half.
Yeah.
But I don't think I got to watch the main race of him, but what I did see of him in the pit bike race,
The short track.
the short track race, I definitely had my eyes glued on him. I was like, that little kid is ripping. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. He just definitely caught my eye for sure.
He had the whoops figured out. Like, that was pretty epic. He was one of the quickest blitzing through them. I know all the other kids were like, I don't really want to slam my face like into the handlebars. And Zane's just da-da-da.
What was there a little kid who tripled in, or was that
There was in the Super Mini.
in the Superman?
I think
okay,
he was a
okay.
kid on the TM.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
That kid
cool.
Yeah.
was tripling in. I'm
That-
like, oh, you can do that?
That was awesome.
I can't even do that.
Yeah, no.
A couple other riders will go through. 25 plus junior, Anthony Bronger. I will get you back. You won overall by 3 points over Tedila. Yeah, don't go into announcing because
Yeah,
you'll
names.
butcher everyone and then everyone's going to be mad at you.
Oh, my maiden name. Wordinger? Try saying that. Just looking at it on a piece of paper, you're like, Wordinger?
I thought it was Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
I said
I
Wonder
get
Bread
that a
because I
lot.
got too
Worcester-
excited and I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Will you marry me, Wonder Bread?
Yeah.
Just make this easier on me. Take my last name.
Yeah.
One
Miller.
more I'll throw out there, the 65 class. I already know who won it. And then we'll get into that story real quick, and then we'll get Brad on the phone here in just a moment. You know the 117, Carter Kruger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You've
the
seen
Cougars.
him.
Yeah.
You've seen him the whole year. I drug him around Puro's series. We went to Horn, Airway, OPMC. He's training with Mike Smith. He's got M9 on his bike. He's just figuring it out. First, what do you think of Carter and his progression from, like, you know, you saw him a little bit in the 50s and then to now 65s. He's running up in front. What do you think, Stephanie? The future?
He's got a bright future. I don't know.
I know I put you right on the spot.
Yeah, you definitely did. Because I know we met him at your place, right? When we
Yeah.
watched Supercross all together. And I know I've seen him at the races. I just don't think I get to watch the little kids ride as much as I would like to. But I think with time, I will probably want to watch the kids more.
Ooh, is this breaking news? Are we gonna reveal what's going on over here?
No.
You did
Okay,
it
I was
again,
like, future moto mom to be. And so, yeah, I think that's why we'll be kind of a little bit more interested in watching the little minnows. That's my nickname for them, is the little minnows. They're like little baby fishies out there.
dude. Right.
But no, I mean, I've watched him out there, and so
He's got tons of style.
and he's got the backing.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, having all that support, I feel like is just a recipe for success. I mean, stuff happens, but I think he's going to do really good. He's got a good attitude. I mean, they're kids, but their family seems to be really well put together, and they've got like a good support team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm there.
And
like,
they've got you.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Moto
like
dad.
No,
To
not
all.
that. We're older brother status.
Okay.
We did the age comparison. I would have had him like at 14, and it would
Oh,
have been really
okay.
weird.
Yeah, that would definitely be odd.
I know you
Bad
watched.
kid.
Right. I know you watched him Friday night, Saturday, and then Sunday. And we'll get into this plaque because it really pissed him off on Saturday, and it's really funny.
I think
too.
I've heard what's going on, and I had the same curse when I was on minis.
So, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. If anyone knows that term, like never getting first place, always getting second. How much of a jerk move was me putting Carter on the second place trophy for Saturday? If anyone wants to take a look at that.
I think you're going to have to put him on a first at some point.
Yeah, give him some good juju.
Oh, what? This worked. It worked because on Sunday he was so pissed at me. He went and got a Michael Miller trophy instead and got first,
see?
and finally got the monkey off his back. So,
Cool, I got a
117.
plaque of this guy sitting in the pits.
Yeah, right. He's all like, "This guy's pretty cool," and you're like over there, like giving a thumbs up, like unintentionally.
I didn't even do this dirt bike, and it was work.
Well, at least you didn't pull a Jimmy Marquez and cut your thumb off.
Ooh.
That would have, yeah, no, I'm glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, you have to ask Jimmy on that because that was pretty horrific. Don't get a Harbor Freight table saw. They do not have stops unless it's your thumb. So
Typically Harbor Freight anything.
they
Typically.
got some good stuff. I mean,
Yeah, like if you want to,
according to my pops, they got some good stuff.
yeah, like if you don't want to spend big bucks and you can find some really useful stuff like hand tools and stuff, Harbor Freight all the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't. Yeah. Anyways.
So that's I'll reveal more. I already feel my phone's like, what I getting points? What I getting points? Stephanie, do you want to know what you got in points before we call Brad and get his like perspective before we wrap everything up?
Yes.
All right.
Please. I showed up for all three. Three, right? There was 3 races.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was 3
I'm
races.
terrible.
We were at 5. I already know what you got. I don't know why I'm looking at this. I'm just,
Just
pissing
having a
off
paper
YouTube.
reference. Yeah.
Paper reference.
Yeah.
I know you got first, so you knocked it out in the women's class.
I
And
tried.
that was pretty epic.
Yeah,
It's
it
been
was.
a few years.
I got my first hole shot. I'm
How'd
sorry.
you get the whole shot?
Yes, that was awesome.
What was that feeling like?
Stressful, awesome, exhilarating. I don't know. It was just everything I kind of hoped it to be, but then again, not because I didn't know what it was going to feel like. And I don't know, that was awesome. Having that 44 behind me, just pushing me, I was just like everything I could, just not to let her go by.
Yeah, it was Bear.
Yes, she did awesome. I went and actually said hi to her afterwards because I was like, well, I need to meet more girlfriends that ride, and
Right.
she did so awesome. I'm like, well, I gotta go tell her, like, thanks for pushing me and, having a good battle with me. That was awesome.
So did you feel like Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean where you're like running and everyone's behind you when you got the start?
Yeah, definitely. I was like, I don't know how I pulled this off, but I'm just gonna go, 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 go. I made so many mistakes though because I was riding so tense that for that first like 2 laps I think I led, and after that I was like, okay, I need to like back off, kind of take it easy with everything going on. I was like, I don't need to put myself in the dirt.
Well, I have always pulled that James Stewart kind of start. When I don't get the whole shot, I wait for everyone to go wide and then I just sneak on the inside.
That's what Michael says all the time.
Trademark.
Isn't it easy?
It is. But Brad, I'm looking forward to doing some hole shot training with you. 'Cause I need work on my starts.
Yep, Brad's got some great hole shot skills and whatnot. We'll get him on the phone here in just a moment. What else do we got to wrap up before getting Brad on there? Oh, let's ask this question. As a women's rider, I know they kind of come and go. The gates get stacked and then they get very light. Like,
Yeah.
how does it feel kind of showing up and you're like only like 3 girls at times racing? Like, are you motivated to still win? Like, what's going on in your mind on getting through the day and making racing, like, keep the fun going?
Okay, so personally, I've had a lot of bad luck with racing, and so that's why Michael and I kind of have shied away from it, but we want to come back to it this next year. But so typically I'm like, okay, there's less girls. This is better for me. I'm not going to die in the first corner because I've been mauled over by girls in the first corner twice now. And so, but I definitely like the turnout to be, because you get such a wide variety of skill levels with the girls class,
Yeah.
like between, you get like true beginners, and then the women's expert, it's like, you got Rihanna Mueller out there, and she just smokes us all, right?
And she's smoking like 80% of the boys too.
Exactly. So it's like, with the women's class, the skill level is very wide. So it's nice because, like, I feel like where I find myself is somewhere in the middle, and so I have people to chase, and that's what makes it more interesting. Because I'm like, they're just right there. I just gotta find, that extra gear. I gotta work on something, corners, just better control, and then maybe I'll be there. It's definitely been nice. Like, we had 7 girls. How many girls? Was there 7 on Sunday?
There's 7 in one of the women's classes, I believe.
Yeah,
and then
I mean,
you're
I
the
was-
only one in
I was the
your
only one
class.
in mine, but then I think there were 7 in the women's beginner class. And my friend T-Dog, Terrace Crutch, she was out at Mountain View racing, and she was the only woman in her class. And so it's like, all the women, I guess, went to Albany. They wanted to be at your race.
Terrace,
I know.
What are you doing, girl? I'm promoted, and you can go to Mountain View. No offense, Mountain View. I enjoy you guys.
Yeah.
I posted my race first, though.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a race tech rant. I won't go into rant mode, but I was a little bummed because, the turnout was still epic.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
It was a little light on the adult side, but I know we had Kano's funeral on Sunday. I mean, I'm actually happy that people left for Kano and whatnot.
Right,
so
exactly.
I totally get that part. The kids was where it's at, so that was pretty epic.
Yeah.
And yeah.
They're the future of moto. So, I mean, the fact that there's so many of them out there, and there's little girls out there, which makes me so happy. Being a girl, I want to have more girls on the gate with me. So, I mean, I'll still be pretty old while they're, up there smoking me, probably. Especially is it Abby McFarland?
Yep, Abby on the 317 out there.
Yes, my twin. I love her. She's great. Yeah.
She has all these resting dissatisfied faces that I have on camera.
Oh,
where
man.
She just is mean mugging me, and then there's some good ones too. But most of the time, it's just like.
I feel like there's probably quite a few shots of me like that. I don't know. Any of this, like the ones that I don't expect that you get of me, are actually halfway decent. Like as far as my face, not like your photo, but my face. We getting Brad.
It's just the wrong moment when he's getting a candid. And
I'm just over here like picking away, picking my teeth, picking a wedgie,
All right, breaking news. We are actually going to slide Brad off to the tail end. Sorry, Brad. I know you're watching. We got Mike Smith. He woke up from knee surgery. So we want to see how he's feeling real quick. And I need to ask him what happened Friday night because I called his name multiple times to come help. So we'll get Mike on the line here and see. Why'd my phone do that? There we go. So we got Mike Smith, the Clinic MX. See if he'll pick up.
Good evening.
Hey, are you alive?
I am, yeah, we can do this. It'll be cool.
All right, I know I caught you right off guard. After you're doing a great job, I'm like, he's awake. We're gonna call him.
Yeah, no, let's have a little chit chat, dude. It's cool.
All right, so most of you guys know or not, you are on. So if you want to mute your audio or however you're doing your video, so you don't get that lag. It's Michael Smith,
totally,
the Clinic MX. He trains a whole bunch of kids. Vance Fear, Carter Kruger. You got a whole lineup of people. First off, how's it going, Mike?
Wow, so appreciate you guys hanging on this long to the podcast. I just want to preface this with had another knee surgery today and still recovering, so if things get a little weird, just bear with me. But no, things are going good. Went in today to clean up. I damaged the parts in my knee that they had replaced and fixed down at Two Stroke Nationals this year in April, and so went in and got it tuned up, and we'll be ready for springtime.
Nice. Was that like ACL, kind of like what I'm going to have to do this winter?
Yeah, that's right. So they replaced my entire ACL, which I snapped in half. I've already retore that. I retore the MCL that they had repaired, and I had a fresh grade 2 tear in my meniscus. And normally, it's not too terribly, not a big deal. But the problem is, like when you're taller, like I am, like 6'2", what happens is your legs are long, and just figure your leg acts almost like a breaker bar. So when I hit something, I've got a lot more leverage. And sadly, down at Two Stroke Nationals back in April, I caught a tire, and we re-damaged it. So on the mend.
Jeez, is that the same knee you did at Washougal, like right before Loretta's last year?
Yeah, that was the weekend before regionals at Washougal, and still tried. Actually, matter of fact, so I did all that damage and also fractured my tibia plateau. Not only did we try to qualify Washougal, went down to Paula because we didn't have answers in time to know that I actually did that much damage, and tried there. But needless to say, it was a good one.
So what's the recovery time for you?
So right now, fortunately, it's not too bad. We're looking about 5 to 8 weeks. Definitely taking my time to to get healthy because I just turned 40, or I'll be 41 this November, and being a national, top 5 gamer in 30, as well as now 40 plus, we got some pretty lofty goals. So be patient, ride it out, get strong, get fit, and we're gonna, come back firing because we want to represent the Northwest the best we can.
Heck yeah. And you were the first one to show up for the whole weekend. That was pretty epic, and you also embarrassed me by being the first person there when it's my race series. Like, thanks for showing up and doing all the hard work. Let's go into Friday's short track. You were manning the gate, and you kind of went MIA for a little bit, and I was getting a little scared that you dipped off. What happened over there?
Oh my gosh, you want to bring this story up?
Oh yeah, I want to embarrass you a little bit.
Short track was really good. We were running the start, everything was good, and then nature called. Nature called. We had a bit of a break, and so nature called, and it wasn't the one that is pretty quick. It's usually the second one. It takes a little bit of time, and I popped my head out of the. I heard on the mic, Mike Smith, where we at? We need to go. So, forced the issue, got it out, but fortunately we got someone to kind of polish it off. But nature called, man. No, that's funny. But what about Friday, man? That was talk about a turnout. That was really, really cool seeing all the little mini guys, and we have, it's rad. The world we live in right now is, it's not very stable. But seeing the youth movement we have right now,
yeah.
I mean, the youth, 50s, 60s, 80s, I mean, they're the biggest games. So Friday was awesome. Friday was really cool.
What did you think about your 811 rider, Vance Fear, which I didn't realize he was racing that 85 class when we dropped the 65 gate. What is your perspective and feedback on him 30 seconds down to come win the moto with a lap to go?
We got a hold of Vance at the end of our woodland sessions last winter. And again, let me preface this with myself, and all the other coaches, trainers, mentors, whatever you want to call, motocross training, whatever you want to call us. Everybody does a fantastic job. We can teach and preach and try to instill good technique and everything to riders. Ultimately, it does come down to them. It comes down to a rider to listen, to trust, and to execute. I'm really proud of Vance. They really upped their program the last 6 months or so. We've been working weekly together, and he had a breakthrough. That's what we like to call it when you make a really big gain or a big improvement very quickly. It's a breakthrough. You had a breakthrough, and he's really turning heads. I mean, the kid, he hasn't been riding very long, but part of going to see a coach or a trainer is an investment. As long as the family and the rider is in tune, engaged, and dedicated, you can see results happen. And so what we did with Vance is we started him off with proper technique, and also when you come into the clinic MX, we cut the fat.
Yeah.
All of our racers, they've got numbers on their bike for a reason. We're racers. So we work on race scenarios, and I appreciate you guys seeing and paying attention to Vance because quiet kid, but he's focused and he's doing really well, man. We couldn't be more proud of where he's gone.
Oh yeah, he's like a man of few words. He's starting to open up to me. That race Friday night reminded me of 2011 Southwick Moto 2 with Ryan Dungey waiting on his bike, being that far down and coming back. I mean, that was pretty impressive. And then I know our 117 at Carter Kruger, he was pretty pissed he lost that race Friday night. And then did you happen to see the plaque that I trolled him on putting him on the second place?
Oh, I did. That was funny, and I know we'll get into Saturday, but I mean, oh my gosh, I mean, what's awesome about when we in the Pacific Northwest, when we wind down the summer, I mean, obviously we've got Woodland. Like, Woodland is rad.
Yeah.
That's our premier winter series. But as the summer winds down between, PIR and the Albany series, your series, Pac West, PRO, all this stuff, what's so rad, and especially what you do, is being able to watch these kids from where they started in the beginning of the year to where they end the summer. Not only just growing as a rider, but dude, these kids are getting big.
Yeah, you're telling me.
It's and it's really cool. I've always said it's very gratifying, and it's super humbling to be a part of any of these families or riders' journey, no matter what capacity. It's rad.
Yeah, and I know I filled you in a little bit about Carter getting so pissed at me for putting on the second place. Did you see how hard he was charging on Sunday before you headed out?
Oh, dude, so I love working with Carter. He's got the best, to me, he's got the best smile in Northwest Motocross. But he puts his helmet on, and what I love about when I work with Carter, when I work with any rider, I ask two things. It's just to listen and to try. And usually the results come. And when I work with Carter, he does those two things. And him and the whole family, they're super rad. I'm stoked to have them on board with the clinic. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm happy that you give him the good pointers and whatnot, because at the beginning of the year when we would go to Horn for round 1 and 2 of the PRO series, he'd ask me, how do you think I should jump this? I'm like, 1, never been on this track on a dirt bike, and 2, I know you listen to me. I'm like, I don't know, hold it and just pray.
Well, and so this is what's really important too. So, to talk about the clinic just briefly is, whether it's a one-on-one or a group, I always encourage and always want, the parents or grandma or grandpa or aunt, uncle, whatever the family dynamic is, I need them out there being part of it, because therefore, like you just said, is when, take your rider and dad or whoever, walk on the track talking about it, they can, relay the things we've worked on. And also, I always encourage the families to be like, dude, use Mike and the clinic as a crutch. Say, just be a brief example, say little Johnny is sitting down way too early.
Yeah.
We worked together a couple times, and dude, we've got him dialed in. He's sitting when he needs to. He's poetry. Well, kids forget a lot, so they go out to Horn and they're sitting down early. Mom, dad, grandma, whoever can be like, hey, remember that time we were working with Mike at Pat's Acres or Woodland, da-da-da. Then they can't be like, oh, dad, you don't know what you're talking about, because I hear that all the time. So it's really important. I love having the parents or guardians involved. It's critical.
Yeah. I'm happy my van broke down on that Tuesday, and I actually had to stay all day, because I actually learned a lot too, that now I can relay with a little bit of your help to other riders, and then encourage them, of course, to come to you. But I can at least help out where I can, because let's face it, I'm a 25-plus-year-old junior rider. I know a little bit because I've been riding since I was a kid, but I don't know how to send it like Vance, Carter, Caleb Kruger, all these riders that are just holding it wide open. I'm like, how do you have the cojones to just send it on the Sand Lake jump, for example, that's over 80 feet, and they're downsiding it like it's no problem.
Oh, 100%. No, and you know what, the bikes, I've talked about this in the past, is, even starting at the 50cc level, the bikes are getting faster, really faster. And that's just carrying on, as our riders progress. But when you're seeing the kids do this, what you're seeing is calmness. You're seeing collectiveness. You're seeing a controlled rider that, if they're out of control or they're sitting down too much and the bike is getting out of control, that's creating fatigue, which then is taking their attention away from where their head should be at that bike at that time. So we start 3 corners ahead before then. So their control is a big thing, man. And no, I'm just stoked that our recipe as a Clinic MX it works so well. So stoked to see it.
So I know I asked Grayson and I asked Ben about the short track race on Saturday night, especially the adults that we did for Kano Dixon. What was your perspective of watching moto dads just try to kill each other for pretty much nothing?
Oh man, what's so what I love about what you're doing Stephen, and again, I don't swing from nets. I'm not a net swinger.
Right.
But here's what I appreciate, kind of what you're doing. To me, with the Clinic MX, one of my core values is value. When the families leave Albany that weekend, is mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever it is, thinking, that was good, we got our value. Instead of thinking like, bro, we just spent this much money and this happened. All these events and these little one-off little things, just creating, just adding to the community, and in my opinion, is awesome, dude. That's what we did back when I was on 50s and 60s, the tug of wars, the barbecues, the pit bike races, the things like that. And our other series are doing it as well. Top Gun looked like a blast this year. And watching the moto dads get rowdy and have a good time, that just adds to a good vibe. Dad's stoked, dad had fun, being good to the kid, things like that. So kudos to you, bud. I mean, last weekend was rad. I hope it grows.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you. You think it was a smart move of me to cut it 4 minutes early after that huge crash in the air on the finish line?
Well, here's the thing. Well, no. I mean, here's the thing: there's consistency. You got to be consistent. But number two, you have to be fluid. And number three, especially this time of year, which we see a lot at Woodland, things have to change occasionally, especially with daylight. I noticed we ran well into dusk.
We were running headlamps Friday night.
But so that being said, and dude, like, bro, this is like the first few events you've done, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm sure there's people that have been running events for a long time, years, that are still learning. And it's just things to think about. Like, the turnout was huge for, Friday night as well as pit bike races. It was huge. So you learned a lot. You take that, you add it to your promoter's toolbox, and it just will only make the next event that much better.
Oh yeah. Dodgeball was a big hit. I learned that kids really like to beat each other's friends with a whole bunch of rubber balls. So.
Oh, especially a good one to the face, like back in gym class. That was cool.
Yeah, I don't miss that. But they really had fun with that. I'm kind of drawing a blank on what else. Did you what was your kind of favorite part of the whole race weekend between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before you boogied?
You know what I really enjoyed, and this is why this got me stoked on our community and the folks that support you. Let me tell you why. So, in this world of social media and keyboard warriors and everything, I see a lot of negativity. I see a lot of people with an opinion that doesn't bring it to who needs to hear it. If there's something that somebody doesn't agree with a program, whatever it is, right? Everybody's so Johnny on the spot to be, this series sucks, they did this, or this track sucks, blah, 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 whatever. What I saw at Albany, we had a killer turnout. There was a few little hiccups, and we ran late. As I was running the starting line and keeping people amped and whatnot, all the parents and all the riders were just stoked. There was a very chill, like, dude, this is why we're here. We're here to ride dirt bikes, because dirt bikes are rad. And let's ride dirt bikes. I didn't catch nobody, frankly, being a dick or an asshole. Like, they were like, dude, it's cool, like, whatever. That to me was refreshing to see, because like the Ridge. We'll take the Ridge for example. People bitched and whatever else, and it pushed some people away from it. It's gone. Now what do I see on Pacific Northwest Motocross on Facebook? Man, I sure miss the Ridge.
Yeah.
Yo, be careful what you wish for, man. Be careful what you take digs at, because we don't have to do this. We don't. We do this out of love. We do this out of dedication. Careful what you wish for. Be part of the solution, not the problem.
Yeah, and I even put out the feedback, and I got some, kind of pros and cons. I was really hoping I get more cons, and I don't know if it's just, people are having a hard time picking. if there were any or if there just truly weren't. I know a couple was like, white flag was missed, kind of basic technology, speakers weren't really working, but I know Ryan and Robbie, they're, pounding it out there with Gary Byer and Robin, the whole gang. They're really bringing the track like to another level, and they are working on that. So, I mean, that's awesome on that part. It's like, yeah, I got that feedback, and I know, they're working hard on making everything better.
Yeah, listen, bro. Yeah, listen, we can't fix what we don't know.
Right.
And then when you take little Johnny's mom, who is pissed off because whatever, and then she goes right on to Facebook and starts blasting, like, dude, we don't need that. And that's one thing I do at the clinic is, like, try to promote, like, listen, okay, we're racing dirt bikes. Let's have a good time because we're not here for a long time. Let's have some fun. This is our escape from what's going on, on the weekend. We're here with our friends. We're here with our families. We're camping, fires, having dinners. If there is something that has upset you or you're, if you have something to say, like, just go about it right, because some of this stuff, it's bad. Even you see it with the shop, somebody has a bad experience. Instead of reaching out and trying to figure it out, a resolution, they're going to go do it. And it is the world we live in, and I get it, but good vibes start in the pits, and I hate that word, good vibes, but it really is.
I know I've been guilty of that before. I'm being a little negative Nancy. Yeah, I'm really trying better.
We all have.
Yeah.
So I just, post memes and then, post stuff of random bums screaming at me while I'm eating cheese at 9:30 in the morning. I'm like, why you want to fight me, dude? You want some cheese? Like,
well,
turn that frown upside down.
Well, the biggest thing to me personally, and again, dude, like, and everybody's opinion matters. Like, everybody's opinion matters.
Right.
I'm not saying don't bring it up, because we have a lot of new blood. We have a lot of new faces. Let's make us better, but just have a little knowledge and information to back up why you're upset. Do you understand why? So again, dude, I'm going on a tangent, but
oh, you're good. Race tech rant.
Awesome job, man. Like I said, it was nothing but positive, and even through a couple of hiccups, like I want to thank anybody that's listening that was there. Dude, the families were rad. Like the camaraderie. We had groups of people at the clinic RV just bullshitting, having fun with the kids, talking trash to the kids, handing out stickers. Dude, it was a rad weekend. So thank you for having me on board, man. Awesome job.
Yeah, thanks, Mike, and I hope we get to do more stuff together. And thanks for your time, and looking forward to getting more groups of kids together and shredding together.
Awesome, bud. Yep, that's our motto, go shred. So, I'm going to put ice back on my knee, and I appreciate everyone that came out, you guys, and awesome. Have a good rest of the show.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
Yep, see you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Yep.
Bye, Mike.
I don't know
I like my awkward hand
waved.
wave.
You can't
Yeah.
see me. He's in the phone.
He's watching.
I
Do the
did the
Mason
same
like.
thing.
Sorry, I totally was like, I should have
that
asked
was
you guys
Beyonce,
if you had any
sorry.
questions for him.
I just want to say something about, I don't know Mike Smith personally, but I know that he's a really fast guy.
Yeah.
And he's a really good trainer. And so he does the clinics out at Pat's.
Yeah, Clinic MX. He does Woodland in the winter, Pat's
Okay.
Acres. He does a little bit of Washougal. He's like everywhere.
Oh, okay. Something that Michael brought to my attention that I think is really cool about motocross is that, like, we actually get on the track sometimes with our heroes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when we were down in Southern California, like Michael was out on Glen Helen with Adam Cianciarulo, right?
Yeah, he pulled off when he saw me behind him. I was
Yeah.
just like, whoa, I'm not sharing the track with this squid, but
Yeah, but you can't go up to like your local like basketball scrimmage game or baseball game or whatever and be hanging out with I don't know.
LeBron James,
Yeah, I was
Ichiro
gonna say, I don't know
Suzuki.
basketball. You know what I mean? Like they're just not gonna get that opportunity. You're just gonna have to go pay to watch the game and maybe say waiver. I don't know. Sign an autograph. I don't know. But like we actually get to experience them out on the track, and we get to meet them in the pits, and I think that's just something that's really cool
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I get jelly because Ryan Dungey always has all of his riding, like, ride with me down in California. I'm like,
Wait, what? He does?
Yeah, he's doing all these Ryan Dungey ride days at Paula. I'm like, can you just come to Albany at least
Vicky
just
Golden,
once?
she's doing the same thing.
Or Washougal? Like,
Or
even
Washougal.
Washougal, because he does pretty good at Washougal, doesn't
His
he?
average is 1.2 until his bike blew up and I cried like a little baby on the drive all the way home and didn't even care about the second moto. I literally was like, we're done. He came back and then he lost because the bike broke. And I'm like, thanks, Roger. You had one job.
I was a huge Dungey fan when he was racing. Sick to see him come back this last year.
And then, I don't know, were you in the pit with me on my birthday Saturday night and heard what Kellen McAllister, the 777, got me?
No, I wasn't. I think we were back watching.
You were like watching like Forrest Gump or something over there.
Yeah, this is the end, but kind of like Forrest
Yeah,
Gump, I guess.
close.
Whatever. It was old. But he stood at Ryan Dungey's pit at Washougal, even though Dungey had like the worst day of his career.
I know what he got you now because I
And
know
he got
what
me
you're
a
talking about.
freaking signed like number plate.
Yeah, the number 1 plate, right?
Number 5, but yeah, he's good.
Okay.
Close enough.
Red,
Always
though.
number 1 in my heart.
Yeah,
Aw.
it's Dungey, man.
It's all right, Chris Corner. I know you're a Stu fan, and Dungey's not your guy, but Dungey's my guy. But yeah, I'm just like speechless. He's like, yeah, I got you that. I'm like, no way. Like,
Oh man, I'm never getting you anything for your birthday now because I won't be able to top that.
right? And then Walker Murdoch, if you saw my little mini gate drop van, it took him a month to paint that. It looks exactly like the van outside. Hopefully it's still there.
Yes, I did see that. I think I saw a picture of it on
I think
Facebook.
we could top that birthday present. He's talking about these things out at Paula with Dungey. We're gonna steal him away, Steven,
Kidnap
and
him.
our
That's a
van.
felony,
we're
but
gonna we're gonna kidnap you and your bike, and we're gonna take you down to Paula, and you can ride with Dungey, and you can be starstruck and in love, and you can.
Oh,
do whatever
kidnap
you want.
Steven. That's
That
probably
sounds
just a
really
misdemeanor.
gay.
Yeah. hey.
I'm just kidding. We probably just got banned on YouTube real quick.
Right. Seriously.
Oh no, I don't know if you've ever had that person where you like try to say hi and you're just like, hi, my name's Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jim?
Like, yeah. Oh, careful.
Sorry.
Okay.
Michael.
We put him off for like an hour.
Yeah.
Brad Kelly,
Be rad.
Be red.
B-Rad, Johnny Boy Products Own. We're gonna finish off with Brad on the phone, and yeah, we're gonna call it. Hopefully, we talked a little bit of moto. Once we're done with Brad, I'll keep talking to you guys for another 15 minutes, and then we should see who can get home the fastest. You know.
Oh, jeez.
Luckily, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. We got cops out there,
Yeah.
but we got back roads too,
Yeah, but
so we're fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
what's a
fine.
football game without one of those umpires? I don't know.
So we'll get Brad here on the phone real quick. See what he's doing. He's over at some kind of like golf cart racing or something.
Golf cart? I did see a 4x4 golf cart on my way to work.
Just
'cause-
teasing him, but
Oh,
we got. He's doing some sprint car 4-wheeling stuff. So
That sounds awesome.
right.
Screen is unhappy with you.
Oh, my screen is extra unhappy with me.
It's not sensing your face.
Hey, it's not sensing my face.
There you
There
go.
we go.
There you are. What's going on, my man?
I mean, special presentation, first episode ever. You always have technical difficulties, right?
Yep.
Just on my
Yeah.
end, Bobby P and his buddy, I forget his name and I'm sucking at it right now. They're doing an awesome job. What is that?
Great,
Greg?
great, like his
Yeah.
attitude.
Grade. Oh, whole bunch of O's.
Well, I gotta be honest, you guys are a little hard to hear, so you're gonna want to slow it down for me, man.
All right. Too many twisted teas or what?
Oh, not yet, but we're working on it.
So, what are you currently doing over there, over in Timbuktu? You got some 4-wheel racing?
Yeah, well, actually right now we're locked and loaded. We're heading for some sprint car racing this weekend. Kind of venturing out a little bit outside of the moto world by request. I demoed a bunch of product to some sprint car and late model race car guys, and who'd have thunk it? It's working great for them. So we're heading down to kind of do a little promotional thing there at Southern Oregon Speedway, and push that, that area a little bit. See if maybe I actually might start making some money on this stuff someday.
Nice. How's our broadcast going right now? Have you been watching? Are you still watching live?
Yeah, I was watching live until you popped up on my phone telling me you're calling me. So I knocked out of that. And I got to say, man, I'm a little upset that you got me following not only the Millers. I mean, everybody in the Northwest knows that couple. and then you bring in Grady, which I'm like, okay, that's a little blow below the belt. And then more moto films, really, bro? And then you ended up with Mike Smith, and then you have me here now with Johnny Boy Products. Let's be honest, not a lot of people know about JBP just yet. We're getting there, but I don't know if I'm honored or insulted. I haven't yet figured that out.
Hey, we're saving the best.
We'll
for
probably
last.
be honored. So I know all the kids know you at this point. I mean, you got Kruger. I know we've been shouting out Kruger the whole time, and I bet you she's like, okay, we got it with Carter.
Right.
What other JBP boys and girls have you picked up and watched their progression?
It's funny that you asked that. I should have been more prepared to answer this question, but here's how I work things, man. I really don't care about results.
Yeah.
I look for attitude in riders, and I have a long laundry list of riders that support our brand, and it's about how they handle themselves off the track more so than on the track. And this last weekends of racing, I got to be honest, the only motos that I really looked at were mostly because I was so damn busy. In the booth was the 50 classes. I don't miss 50 races ever. And our list this year, we're going into 2023, and my entire rider list of sponsored riders is it's going to change. We have a lot of riders that we've taken care of for the years past. And, a handful of them are going to drop off, not because of lack of results, but just, off-track attitude. And that's everything to me is, we have a love for the sport, and that's what we want to represent here at JBP. And we are gaining way more riders in 23. So if anybody's listening out there and you have a great attitude, come by, see us at the booth, and introduce yourself and put yourself on the radar. Chances are you're probably already on it. But we have a great list of riders and families, and proud of every single one of them.
Well, that 50 class you were talking about, we had 19 of them. You had Ebert, Holland, Fife on the 25. Holland was on the 112, and then Braden Ebert out of Medford area on the 247.
Yes.
They were really going at it. I know we're already on Friday, and memories are starting to fade. Did you catch anything cool of any of those 50 kids sending it out there?
Man, I've seen battles through that entire race. And I know you're, especially on Sunday, because I got to be honest, I really only got to watch the Sunday racing. Saturday was completely crazy for us in the booth. I was outgunned 100 to 1, and I got to take this moment to thank Taylor for stepping up, because if it wasn't for her, I would have pulled what's left of my hair completely out. She completely manned that booth and handled all of the signups for our short track on Saturday night. So I missed out on a lot of the racing on Saturday, but the Sunday racing, I made sure to make it a point to get out there for the 50 classes. And there was battles all over that track. I could not write fast enough. The number of kids that I want on my program for this next year out of that class alone is insane. And it was awesome. I seen family support standing alongside the track, screaming and hollering and cheering, not just the typical 50 currents, yelling, go faster, things like that. I've seen a lot that I really like to witness, and I feel thankful that that the opportunity to see this come back to motocross, because I feel like the last 4 or 5 years, or even a little longer than that, it kind of died out. It was either win or just pack your business up and go home. The real heart of the sport has kind of died, and I'm starting to see kind of a regrowth of that, if you will.
Yeah, and I'm happy they stuck around. They did dodgeball, they did all of our short track and whatnot. I know you're our starting gate guy. What kind of small talks do you kind of have with the riders before you drop the gate for short track?
Well, you know, it all depends on which class it is that I'm talking to. I got to be honest. You know, the younger they are, in my opinion, it's best just to instill confidence in them, let them know that, man, you got this. You're better than everybody on this line. And just because I said it to your neighbor, it doesn't really matter. And then as they get older and all the way up to the adults, the adult guys, I bribe them with beer. I'm not going to lie. You know, you give me a whole shot, you swing by the JBP tent, I'll give you a beer when it's over with. But yeah, I'm definitely a starting gate guy. Michael knows he's about to go through my regimen, so
Yeah.
he knows I worked with him a little bit up there at Top Gun, and you know, yeah, the whole shot is the race. It's a hell of a lot easier to start out in front and make everybody else go around you than it is to figure out how to get around everybody to get up front at the end of the race.
Yeah, it'd be nice if I'd learned that, because I like to start out dead last and get really dirty and whatnot. Maybe that's just a call for your Johnny Boy products.
Well, it is. There's a reason why I try to sponsor the whole shot at just about every event I go to. I mean, I attempt to. But, yeah, no, the starts are where it's at. And you know, in the short track thing, the short track world, I know when we're gating bikes and we're getting ready to run it, I know the real reason why everybody's out there. And that's the core of motocross, is to have fun and to enjoy themselves and to get better. You know, the number of kids that actually, well, I can't even say kids, the number of parents actually that have come up to me over this last year and a half, even since you and I really blew this out there at Albany, and said that, you know, this is exactly what they've been waiting for or looking for, leads me to believe that 2023 is going to be a whole new year for this short track series. And I feel like if we don't branch it out further than one, you know, dot on the map, that we're going to be missing out.
Yeah, it'd be cool to branch out. And of course, thanks to Grand Prix Cycle, the Hares, for getting, you know, goggles and swag, Broke Ass MX. I know Anthony and Damon's done a lot on helping with our prizes and whatnot. And then our 50 beginner class, I mean, it's still growing, and that's always the best one to watch, because you never know what's going to happen in the final 10 feet.
Absolutely. And, you know, you couldn't do it without the guys that are willing to step up and just throw in the simplest things. You know, when we do those exhibition style racing, it's not about the money. It's not about any of that. You know, we prize out the top three, and any company or persons that wants to contribute to that does nothing but benefit the kids. And to see how fast this grew in the last, well, this is our second year technically, I guess, but our first real year of really pushing for the full meal deal here.
Yeah. To
see how fast it grew, our turnouts skyrocketed.
Yeah, I know we had a couple that have never been there before. Like, I know one parent messaged me. I was like, the track's still a little too sketchy for me, so they went and rode the flat track, and the girl had so much fun that they'll be coming back and trying the whoop section again.
Right. Well, that's what it's about. You know, I think that, you know, coming off the cuff of the whole COVID thing that the entire nation suffered, where we had record sales of PW bikes and 50s in general, you know, pit bikes. You know, anybody that attempted to buy one during that time frame, you were on a waiting list, and they were selling for insane money, but yet none of them ever showed up to the track. So giving them a reason to come out there, and we all know why. You know, the number of people that are like first generation racers that have shown up to these short track series is what's made it all worth it to me. You know, mom or dad, maybe they've never been to the racetrack. They just know that, you know, their kids riding a dirt bike and they're having fun, and they hear about an event and they showed up. I talk to these parents in staging and on the starting line and during signups, and that was really the whole point of this entire short track series. And see that it has gained as much traction as it has, and has been as successful as it has is quite humbling, actually. I think that I had no idea that was going to be as good as it was. This last weekend was absolutely insane. Nothing short of it.
No, the turnout was crazy for sure, and personally, I think it's about getting them to the track the first time, and you know, seeing that it's not all scary. Like a lot of the kids that are coming out for their first time, they're coming off trails and stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to get behind a starting gate without having the pressure, I mean, you know, that there's something about a starting gate that just makes it all set in for them. Like, oh my God, this is the real deal. And you know, now all of a sudden there's this unfair pressure to perform, even though it's their first race ever. I mean, I think every one of us that have raced dirt bikes remember our first race ever, and how terrified we are. And if somebody claims that they weren't scared the first race, well, either they're lying or they know something the rest of us don't. And again, it goes back to that first generation of racers that we've found a way to attract them. And I think it's really important for not just our, you know, local market, but for the sport in general. Let's be honest, the sport took a hard hit when everything got as expensive as it was. Numbers were declining at the tracks. Their races weren't as, you know, gates weren't as full as they should be. And, you know, it's just simply, it comes down to finances. And, you know, these old, these families that have multiple generations of racing just couldn't afford it anymore. And maybe that might be because of expectation. I think our numbers prove it, though. When we have as many people sign up for the short track series as they do for regular Sunday race day, I think that proves it. There's a market for it, and I think it's great for the sport.
Yeah, like there's definitely a resurgence going on, and yeah, I mean, all the racing, and I know I'm looking forward to you to get back out there and riding and whatnot. I know most people kind of, you know, your Sunday kind of sucked, let's be honest.
Oh, I curbed it though. It's fine.
I know.
Put it aside.
Yeah, but for people that didn't know, unfortunately, Brad's bike got stolen Sunday morning, which is a major blow, and that kind of, you know, sucks, you know, because that hurts. That's like, you know, it's a kid to you. So I wanted to just like personally just say I apologize, you know, not on my part, but like I'm sorry that, you know, that happened to you.
Yeah, and you know, I'll accept that, but at the same note, I still to this day, this moment, even though there's, you know, no leads, I don't have my bike back. I'm not going to get it back. I've come to the realization of that, and you know, I still have a really hard time believing that it was somebody in the moto community that did it. And if it was, you know, well, shame on them. They're the ones that are going to have to live with this. And
yeah,
you know, that's how it is. But I wasn't going to let that. And yeah, it was terrible. It's a horrible thing. I've honestly got to be honest here, and I'm going to age myself, but in 40 years of being near a motocross track, I've never had to worry about my bike being stolen out of my pits. And you know, it's been a long run, and it's been a good run, and I'm not going to let somebody come in and ruin that. I'm not going to let it discourage me. I still believe that the moto community is a community worth being involved in, and I'm still going to put everything that I can into that community. That was the reason for the birth of JVP to begin with, was, I wanted to be able to have the finances to help the next generation, and I couldn't do it off the paycheck that I get from my 9-to-5 job that I work every day. And I'm not going to let a thief ruin that. I've thoroughly enjoyed the last, 3 years, 4 years since JVP has hit the moto scene. I've enjoyed it at a level that I didn't think I ever would. I get to coach kids and adults. Michael, I'm talking about you right now, by the way.
Wait, which one, the kids or the adults?
And guys that are a hell of a lot better riders than I am come to me for advice, and I wouldn't have that without this opportunity. So I'm not going to let one bad night ruin what it is that I've been working for forever. And I'm going to take this opportunity right now to let it be heard here first before I post about it tomorrow night. I've had my inbox and Johnny Boy Products on Facebook and Instagram, both inboxes, have been full of people suggesting GoFundMe, and I want to set the record straight here tonight that is something that I am absolutely not willing to accept. I refuse it with the utmost certainty. GoFundMe, in my opinion, just a personal opinion, is not out there to replace somebody's toy, whether it's a source of income for them or not. It's for families that really need it. I'll find a way to get another bike, but I'm going to work for it to get it. So, be ready for that.
You're going to be working for it, especially for me. And I know you're not paying attention to the camera at all because you're on the phone. But my van needs a real good Johnny Boy product wash from you, just so you're aware.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
I know you told me no, but you know how I don't take no for an answer at all. So you kept calling me today as I was trying to get a deal done with Power Motorsports, and Sibley and Matt hooked me up to hook you up with a brand new Kawasaki 450.
No, you're lying to me right now.
I got you a new Cowie for someone really ruining your day, and you do so much for me, Brad, and I had a lot of money put aside, so don't worry about
Steven,
it.
I can't accept that.
I
cannot.
I'm gonna see you in 4 hours. You got a Cowie right sitting in front of me, so you'll be ripping on Sunday. And we can duct tape my knee together so we can ride at your house, and I'll put in a couple laps on my Yamaha.
Anybody that knows me knows that this is a very rare moment, but I'm
speechless.
Absolutely speechless. And I just don't know. I don't know that I can accept this. I just don't know that I can.
No, you're definitely getting it. Sibley and Matt Williams at Power Motorsports, they did an awesome job on working numbers and whatnot. So we got you a fresh Cowie to get you ripping, Brad.
Taking care of a lot of us.
Well, I mean, you can hang up on me and look at the live stream, but there's a Kawasaki sitting in front of Michael, Stephanie, and I.
I think that really the only reason why this has transpired is because Williams, he just can't not live with the fact that I beat him the last time we raced.
Oh, we take a jab at that. Oh, well, studio's over.
And that's a wrap.
We dropped the mic, literally. But no, we got you set up with a new bike, and we're not going to have to worry about your other bike, so we'll get you ripping on Sunday.
And tell you guys thank you for everything, but that's only for this live stream, podcast, whatever you're calling it. But when the cameras are off and we're all alone, we're fighting. You guys know that, right?
I knew you were gonna be like mad at me, but I don't care.
Yeah, I'm a little upset about this. We'll deal with it off camera.
At least I didn't bring you in studio, so you got 4 hours to come find me. But no, we got Sibley Power Motorsports and Matt. Like they hooked you up. We got you a good deal and a good bike. Even though I was trying to get you a Blue Crew, there was plenty of Yamahas there.
Yeah, but like I said,
Of course.
Yamaha doesn't pay us old guys to ride dirt bikes. And Williams will back me on that because he too is an old guy. He knows how it is.
Well, I will see you tomorrow at whatever golf cart racing you got going on, and I'll come bring this over to you.
We'll talk.
I'm gonna go shoot some photos, and my van needs washing, dude.
I got you. I know a guy.
It's really dirty. Like it kind of fits in with Portland over here.
It's Vancouver.
And
Well,
Vancouver.
I do want to say before you guys cut me off here, though,
Yeah.
was the last event here at Albany of your Gate Drop series was the first event that I've actually had the pleasure to have conversations with Michael Smith. And Mike, if you're still listening, bro, you're an absolute beast. And I got your number now. The riders that I work with at the very beginner level and teach them the fundamentals, I tend to try to find people with the same core values that I hold to pass them on to, and you're on my list. You're gonna be getting calls from me, buddy, and I'm gonna have you looking at certain riders because I really love what it is that he's doing over there with his camp. I feel like he has the same core values that every trainer should have, and it's first and foremost is family, and second is fun, and then results just coming behind it. So his whole program it leaks that. So we'll be in touch, my friend, if you're still listening.
Oh, he is. I learned from the best too. That's why I like Michael, and I really enjoy your passion and how much you do for Gate Drop. And you and I and Mike and Michael and Stephanie, we all share the same core values of like all the kids racing and supporting one another and making sure that I almost pulled a motorsport. That would have been a copyright. Every ride's your best ride or whatever. I'll get a call from Scott Huddleston real soon. Hey, you used our motto, but I'll just use my motto. Gate Drop is where it begins. So.
And that's a fact.
So yeah.
Well, guys,
I will. I'll see you tomorrow at some point.
I'll be clear. You can find me.
Shoot me the address of that the sprint car racing, and yeah, I'll get some photos for you.
I appreciate it.
All right, Brad. Thank you
I'm still speechless. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you for doing everything.
Michael, get that thumb healed up, and then we're gonna get your start dialed in. And that 25A class is gonna be in trouble.
Looking forward to it.
All right, my man.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. All right, well, we kind of let the cat out of the bag, or the cowie out of the bag. Mm-hmm. It's in our way now. What do we do with it?
I like it right here. I can look at it. That is a pretty vessel.
Can you see over us, Bobby? Oh, yeah. The handlebars are probably blocking Michael. But, well, yeah, we got the side cam right there.
Oh, no.
Okay, so...
Just started getting comfortable being off camera.
All right, am I gonna have to keep? I think I'm gonna have to take you guys with me tomorrow to like force feed him like a baby on green bean pudding or whatever.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have a really hard time getting that thing into the back of his truck. Like, I think he's just gonna like not let you do it. So you're gonna have to find some people to help you out when he's like not looking, to like put it in his truck, strap it down, like it's yours, take it.
Yeah, we're getting a bike lock. So
Yeah.
Ooh, too soon. Sorry, Brad. I was just, you know what? I'm just messing with you.
No, I know where Brad's coming from, but
I know.
I think you might be able to talk him into it.
Well, yeah, I'm not a Cali rider.
They're great.
You're on orange, so shut up.
I still have 2 Cowies in the garage.
You're confused.
Yeah.
All bikes are beautiful.
True.
Especially the number 19 that barely got to ride because, I like to ride 250 Death Class for the kids, and I went and murdered myself at Airway. I still rode it out. We were running 4th, and did you know if you miss the foot peg when you try to land and you put your foot on the ground, doesn't work great for you.
Ooh, were you wearing knee braces?
Oh yeah, I was wearing all that, and God was like, nope.
Nope.
So yeah, that was a bummer, and all Zane was there, Carter. They're all scratching their heads because they see me riding off the track on and off, and I'm just like, oh, my knee! And they're like, why are you riding like such a squid? I still got 11th.
It's like all these little lion
ACL.
cubs watching the old sickly one, like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Pretty much.
Should we eat him?
That's what they're doing. So I think I could get this taped up for at least Sunday if I stay down there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's not going to send me off a cliff, right? Brad isn't, right?
No, he'll get more creative.
Yeah.
All right, well, 5 minutes left. We're going to wrap up here at 10. I know Bobby's sleeping in the back. No, I'm just kidding. He gave me the look.
I can't see his head from here.
It's just a
Oh,
body.
I see him. Okay. He's alive. He's alive and well.
He's alive. He's got Taco Bell. We didn't get any questions from anybody. At least I'm not paying attention to any. We need to expand our stuff. We'll probably do this at the Gate Drop Compound in 2023 when we officially start our show.
Okay.
And Brock, rest in peace, Brock. He was my guy. You knew him, the best dude ever. He was wanting to be co-host for a while.
Yeah.
I have a mannequin with Danielle's got the mannequin with his stuff. I could have a mannequin Brock sit across from me.
Yeah, you should.
Might
do
look
that.
might be a little weird and creepy, but
Maybe.
You know, the sad thing is that's probably not the creepiest thing that's ever been done as far as podcasts go.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean I think
Or
Howard
really.
Stern's still on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's still alive?
There's a couple weirdos out there. You guys got any questions regarding Gate Drop? You got any questions regarding this guy? The drive
No.
home? Remember, we have children watching, so don't be.
Yeah.
I don't think I've said a cuss word this entire time.
Me neither.
Brad kind of went and pooped all over it. No, not even Brad. It was
Mike
Michael.
had a few.
It was Michael. Mike Smith. You need some soap from Johnny Boy Products.
Yeah, DBP. I mean, overall, are you happy with the way everything turned out?
Yeah,
For the
I
race?
mean, this is my first time doing the whole racing scene on my own.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I had a lot of help behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Robbie Leach, God bless that guy. They're all
Yeah.
over at Redbud right now. They're sleeping right now, most likely.
Probably.
But they literally, he did all the results and whatnot. We had that small hiccup on Sunday where I was like, oh my God, Stephanie's gonna die with Ripplinger out there. So I
Yeah.
fixed that. Ryan worked his tail off on
Yeah.
doing the track, getting everything set up and perfect. We made do with, some technical difficulties that's really out of no one's control. So, I mean, I think we did good.
Yeah,
But-
I think it went really good. I mean, for like you said, all the little hiccups that did happen, there could have been way worse things that could have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for those little things that happened, that's not that bad. I mean, and now it's like, okay, well, moving on. Next time we do it, now you know, and it's like your first kid, right?
Right.
You're like, there's so many mistakes that end up going on. You're overprotective. You're just whatever. And the second one, you're just like, nah, whatever. I've been here. I've done that, and better for it.
I was more ready for the kids versus adults. I don't know. You know how I always I don't try to play favoritism, but I kind of do.
Yeah.
And we had stacked gates, 19 for the 50cc open class. We had 15 for the 65s. We had 12 to 15 for our 85 super mini class. So the classes showed up.
Yeah.
And the people that did round 2 and round 3, and missed round 1.
Yeah.
Like I said, hey, still show up. You got a chance to still get points and possibly walk out in the top 3. And like Ethan Holland, 2nd place overall in the 50cc open class, he missed round 1, gets it. Ebert edged him out because he did all 3 of them and was super consistent. Consistency is such a big thing.
Yeah.
And then Michael.
Well, Dungy was like one of the most consistent, and he didn't win that much, but he won a few championships.
Oh, well, you're going to have to go through the vault. He did win a lot. I mean, when Villapoto wasn't there.
I
will be honest. Okay. Yeah. When Villapoto wasn't there, Dungy won, but Dungy won over Villapoto a couple times.
Yeah.
But you, for example, like we said at the beginning of the show, you didn't race 2 or 3, and you still won. And I don't really know how to explain that other than your competition just slept on the gate, literally. Like, is there any sponsors you want to thank for your 1 race achievement?
I'd say Gate Drop Productions for putting the
That
series
wasn't a plug
on.
for me.
Yeah.
JBP.
McFarland Racing. We got Broadcast, Janos Trophies. I mean,
Is Janos, is that...
Those are my stuff. Careful.
Yeah.
Careful.
I'm uncoordinated.
Very clumsy.
Like, I'm so clumsy that I'm a hazard to not only myself, but those around me.
Yeah.
Is Janos, is that...
That's David Clymer.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I saw his fan, I'm like, his name's not Jano.
Clymer got all the trophies done, so...
They're awesome.
Yeah.
I love them.
They're perfect. They had,
Thank you, Mr. Clymer.
Yes, thank you, Climber.
we collabed. I got the photos designed a little bit. He put all the blood and sweat and the tears in it. Like, are you sure you want this? I'm like, yes, I do.
Yes.
So he got it done. Big thanks to all the sponsors. Gate Drop is myself. I was not meaning to do that. Down the list. Matt Pelter, Albany Golf and Event Club, Kurt Evans Cartoons. If you ever want a cool cartoon like this guy, or, well, Cowie's blocking it, or any of that, Kurt Evans Cartoons, hit him up. Really sick dude. Johnny Boy Products, Jesse McFarlane, and space on your wife's name. I am sorry. I will get heat from this. Abigail, Axon, all of the McFarlane family. They chipped in a bunch. Damon with Broadcast MX, Clymer with Janos Trophies, and only Vans. V-A-N-S. Not fans, Vans. Kevron does a whole bunch of custom van building. I'll probably hit him up because that van looks a lot cooler on the outside, and the inside, you never know when you're going to get a shock through the floorboard going through Portland, and then you're like, cool, I got pedal. I got the gas pedal, I got the brake pedal, and I got a shock now. We got 3 options to put our feet on it.
That's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Oh, we worked it out. It worked. Wes Rob was like, damn! Anything else you got, Michael, before we wrap up for the night? We went on for 2 hours. You didn't think we could get this going on for 2 hours, and we knocked it out of the park.
That's exactly. I know you said it was going to be a short one. I'm like, okay, so we got to be able to like keep talking and keep people on the phone for like half hour, something like that. And like, yeah, like I can totally see how people can do like 3-hour podcasts now.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Oh, wait. One last second. I know Bobby's cutting me off. The lights are dimming. But like you guys, real quick, how do they find you guys? And like you guys do a whole bunch of adventures on your YouTube channel. You go
Been slacking
California,
this year, but
go all
yeah.
places. Like you can hire me. I can hide in the back.
Yes.
And when you tell me to go away, I'll go away for a little bit, and then I'll come back. So, quick rundown so people can follow you guys, and then we will close out the show.
we have our YouTube channel and Instagram. That Moto Couple, it's just exactly how it sounds. The Instagram is just no spaces, or you can follow me at MXGuy36 or her at Motodime.
Yeah. Should have the link in our bios.
Yeah, should have a link to, I think, our channel or our last video that we've posted
Yeah,
in
at
our
least
bios.
the last video, but you'll be able to get there.
Yeah, and I put your guys' Instagrams right below your names too. Bobby and the crew doing an awesome job with all the stuff and whatnot.
Yes. Thank you.
This is probably the easier setup. We might just keep coming back here, because Bobby P Media does all the Thursday night motocross videos. Check him out. I know he's already sweating from last night's race. He's already working on it in the background. I think that's a wrap. Is that a wrap, Stephanie? Anything else you got?
I mean, I could always keep talking, but no, I think we're good.
All right. That's a wrap here. Special presentation, wrapping up the Gate Drop MX series. I already feel an ass whooping from Brad. So
Yeah, you're gonna.
he's
I
gonna
love
give
you,
me,
buddy, but you're on your own on that one.
he's gonna give me some coordinates of some other place. He'll be like,
Yeah, some dark alley somewhere. Yeah,
that got dark at the end.
yeah.
As Bobby fades to black.
And that's the last time
right.
Christoph was ever seen.
We are out of here. Thank you, Bobby P. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank
Special
you.
presentation. Gate
Thank
Drop
you.
Pod Show. We're out of here.